Is the spirit of the Olympics being compromised? A question that's been echoing around the world lately as France, the host nation for the upcoming Olympics, has imposed a ban on female athletes wearing the hijab. This move has stirred up a controversy of global proportions, challenging the very essence of what the Olympics represent: unity in diversity. France's justification for this ban rests on their principles of secularism, a cornerstone of the French Constitution. The government insists that religious symbols should not be displayed in public spaces, including sports arenas. But it's important to note that France stands alone in Europe with such a ban, making this a unique and contentious issue. The ban affects athletes representing national teams, denying them the right to express their religious beliefs through their attire. The exclusion is felt keenly by these athletes, who see it as a violation of their fundamental rights. It's not just about the sport anymore, it's about the freedom to express one's faith and identity while pursuing their passion. The International Olympic Committee, the governing body of the Olympics, has sidestepped the issue, stating that it falls outside their jurisdiction. This stance has been met with criticism, as there are no restrictions on wearing the hijab in the Olympic Village and venues. It begs the question, why should the field of play be any different? This ban has ignited a global debate, with various human rights groups calling it a breach of international human rights law. Amnesty International, the United Nations, and several other organizations have criticized the move as discriminatory against Muslim women. They argue that it undermines the importance of respecting individuals' choices in attire and their right to express their religious beliefs. The ban has sparked a global debate, with various human rights groups calling it a breach of international human rights law. Is this a step too far in the name of secularism, or is it a necessary measure to uphold the principles of the French Republic? These are questions that continue to stir discussions as the world watches and waits for the upcoming Olympics. Will the spirit of unity and diversity triumph, or will the controversy cast a shadow over the games? The world is watching. When a decision stirs the pot of international outrage, you know it's not just a ripple in the water. France's recent ban on hijabs at the Paris Olympics has indeed caused more than just ripples. It has sparked a wave of criticism from human rights groups worldwide. Amnesty International, a renowned champion of human rights, has categorically condemned the ban. They've criticized it as a breach of international human rights law, citing it as an act of discrimination against Muslim women athletes. They argue that the ban exposes discriminatory practices that lead to exclusion and limitations for Muslim women and girls, impeding their participation and opportunities in sports. And it's not just Amnesty International. The United Nations, an organization that prides itself on promoting and protecting human rights globally, has also raised its voice against the ban. The United Nations has emphasized the importance of respecting individuals' choices in attire, a principle that the ban seems to contradict. The ban has triggered feelings of exclusion amongst the athletes it directly affects, making it more than just a political or legal issue. It's a deeply personal one. These athletes, who have trained and sacrificed to represent their country on the global stage, now feel their fundamental rights are being violated. They're being forced to choose between their faith, their cultural identity, and their passion for sports. Despite the international outrage, the ban remains, with the International Olympic Committee stating that the issue falls outside its jurisdiction. It seems that the controversy surrounding the ban, much like the ripples caused by a stone thrown into a pond, will continue to spread, causing waves that may be felt long after the Paris Olympics have ended. The consequences of such a decision can be far-reaching, and not just for the athletes directly affected. The ripples of this ban may well extend beyond the boundaries of the Olympic Village and the stadiums of Paris. Consider first the potential impact on the participation of Muslim women in sports. Already, we've seen the troubling trend of athletes being forced to choose between their faith and their love for the sport. This ban may only exacerbate this issue, leading to an unfortunate scenario where talented and passionate athletes drop out of sports they love. It's a loss not just for these athletes, but also for the sports community as a whole. But the effects could be even more profound. The ban has been criticized as a violation of freedom of expression and religion, a decision that tramples on the very principles that form the bedrock of our societies. It's a move that risks perpetuating prejudice and gendered Islamophobia, deepening the chasms of division in a world that's already fraught with tension. Furthermore, such a decision could have implications for the spirit of the Olympics itself. The Olympics, at its core, is about unity, about bringing people from different corners of the world together to celebrate human achievement. It's a beacon of hope, a testament to what we can achieve when we set aside our differences and come together. This ban could cast a pall over the Games, undermining the very spirit that makes the Olympics such a cherished global event. As we count down to the Paris Olympics, the question remains, will the ban be lifted, or will it cast a shadow on the Games? The world watches and waits, hoping for a resolution that respects both the spirit of the Olympics and the rights and freedoms of the athletes who give it life. Indeed, the world watches and waits, but we must remember that we are not helpless spectators in this scenario. We, as members of the global community, have a voice that can be used to express our concern and to call for action. Social media platforms are powerful tools in this regard, allowing us to voice our opinions and to rally support for causes we believe in. We can use these platforms to raise awareness about this issue, to engage in constructive dialogue, and to call on the relevant authorities to reconsider their decision. If you believe in the principles of the Olympics, in the right to freedom of expression, in the importance of diversity and inclusion in sports, then we urge you to make your voice heard. Join us in calling for a resolution that respects both the spirit of the Olympics and the rights and freedoms of the athletes who give it life. Let us remember that the power of change often begins with a single voice, and that voice could be yours. Thank you for watching our video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Until next time, take care.